Brand new details were just released that gives us insight into quadruple murder suspect Bryan Kohberger. Kohberger's alleged aunt is breaking her silence on the horrifying case out of Idaho and revealing more details about what may have led up to the tragic killings. The aunt, who remained anonymous, spoke to the U.S. Sun and said she struggles to watch the news as detectives reveal facts from the early morning hours of November 13, 2022. Prosecutors say Kohberger fatally stabbed 4 University of Idaho students, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonzalez, inside their off-campus apartment in Moscow, Idaho. The medical examiner said based on their wounds, they were attacked in their sleep. Kohberger wasn't arrested for weeks, but investigators eventually tracked him down over the holidays to his parents' home in Pennsylvania, thousands of miles away from the crime scene. The case and the major arrest made national headlines, and Kohberger was extradited back to Idaho. Few details about the case have been released due to a gag order in effect that prevents attorneys, law enforcement, and others associated with the case from talking about it. Now, Kohberger's alleged aunt is speaking out, saying she was at a loss of words when she heard about what her nephew is accused of, and said she isn't ruling out that he is responsible for the tragic murders. His aunt explained to The Sun there had been a lot of drama in the family around the time of the murders, which couldn't be elaborated on for legal reasons. She says even before Kohberger's arrest, she had not spoken to his parents, but said their worlds were turned upside down. When Kohberger was younger, his aunt says he and his family would fly out to Vegas, where she had been living. She said when he was younger, the eventual murder suspect was shy and humble, but also described him as a troubled teenager. She claims he suffered from depressive episodes, and while she was told he was on medication, she wasn't sure what he was prescribed by doctors. The alleged aunt also revealed she suspected Kohberger was taking drugs as a teen after falling into the wrong crowd. She claimed it was no big secret he was allegedly into the drug scene, but says she was concerned he was taking the drugs to deal with mental health issues. Kohberger's alleged aunt also disclosed to The Sun she had hoped he would clean up his act as he began to have an interest in criminology, a similar pathway for other family members who also studied forensics. And he did. Kohberger eventually became a PhD candidate at Washington State University, a less than half an hour drive from the crime scene in Moscow, Idaho. Kohberger's aunt says she hadn't seen her nephew in more than 5 years before his arrest. Kohberger's parents and 2 sisters have reportedly shown support for the murder suspect and believe he is innocent. However, his sisters were fired from their jobs earlier this year over their relationship with the alleged killer. Kohberger's alleged aunt thinks her nephew will be found guilty when the case eventually goes to trial, although he has maintained his innocence and is reportedly confident he will be exonerated. Kohberger's trial was initially set to begin in October, but it got pushed back when Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial. No new date for his trial has been set yet. However, he is expected to be back in court on October 26. Reporting for Law&Crime Network, I'm Elizabeth Millner.